Insight now with our commentary on Reuters Breakingviews. Today's top picks: why a split in News Corp's business won't fix all of its shortcomings, and Cyprus, the last of Europe's baby bailouts. With me is Peter Larson. News Corp, it's a great Wall Street Journal scoop. I mean, Wall Street Journal, of course, owned by News Corp.
Sure, they had excellent sources.
Their sources must be good. Is it the end in some ways to the Murdoch's woes, i.e., limiting the damage of one part of this business from the other?
Possibly. I mean, basically, if you think about the sort of what's dragging on the News Corp share price, essentially there are three things. First of all, it's a conglomerate. You know, it has broadcasting businesses, it has publishing businesses. They don't really fit together terribly well, and so if you splitting them in half deals with that conglomerate discount issue, and it should give you a more focused TV, broadcasting, cable business, which people will attach a higher value to. The second problem, though, with News Corp is the Murdoch discount, and this pre-exists the phone hacking problem. It's the fact that it's controlled by someone who pays little or no attention to outside shareholders, and who can go and make big acquisitions or do strange things at a whim, and that won't solve this problem, right? I mean, you're essentially...
That's right.
Because they presumably will still have equal shareholdings in both halves, and presumably they will have Rupert Murdoch or a Murdoch in charge of each half. So, you know, you don't really deal with the Murdoch discount here. And then the third question, which I think is harder to get a handle on, is to what extent does doing this insulate the sort of the TV art bit of News Corp from the sort of the legacy phone hacking problems in the UK, and specifically, if you split the two in half, would News Corp TV arm be allowed to take control of British Sky Broadcasting at some point?
Well, it would seem to
be
if this happens, this split, they're closer to them being allowed to take that or to take full control than they have been for a good 12 months. I think it brings the sort of the political rehabilitation a bit closer. But on the other hand, if you were being sort of skeptical, you would say, well, hang on, these are two companies, they're still controlled by effectively the same family or the same person. Yeah. You know, we all know the way he runs these things. Even if you have two separate listed entities, would they be really that separate? And so I think it would be a step in unlocking some value, but it's not going to deal with all the problems, and the rehabilitation will still take a while. Okay. Cyprus, the last of the Europe's baby bailout, says Neil on Mac. 10 billion euros. It is peanuts compared to what we've seen. Obviously, Spain and Italy are a different story.
Yeah, this is the runt of the bailout family.
At least for now, yeah.
But no, I think that's right. I mean, essentially, this is the end of the road in terms of the sort of the conventional sort of playbook for bailouts over the last 3 years, which is basically full programs, take them out of the capital markets, help them recapitalize their banks and so forth, and then kind of hope for the best. And obviously, that in terms of insulating, that's had some success in terms of avoiding a complete meltdown. It's had less success in terms of insulating countries with problems from the rest of the Eurozone. And obviously, clearly it's the case that Spain has already taken this bailout from, for its banks. But to apply this kind of model to Spain and or Italy, there just isn't enough money to go around. So they need to rethink.
Okay, Peter, many thanks. Peter Larson. For more agenda-setting insight, watch our US Breakingviews show every day, 12:30 Eastern, 17:30 BST. I'm Axel Threlfall. This is Reuters.